free from executive influence, upholding the rule of law and protecting individual right to a fair and neutral decision maker as a part of the tribunal. So is this tribunal fair? I would like to put this question in front of the men and women who have gone to school and colleges, who knows, understand things. You judge for yourself. We are no one to judge. Since being a Meetei, I may be called you are a pro-Meetei, but no. For me is that the victims are hurt again, which we were not expecting. This is something that we have to figure it out as a women's rights activist. I'm not saying activism either. My plan is, or my thought is that I'm just a contributor to the cause only. But when we thought a fair deal, at least what had not been captured will be captured from the perspective of a human perspective. But vilifying is what that we found, because when I say when the imbalance is there, that you know that the system, something is not right. This is what has been we found out in the thing. And one thing also is this threat, because police, army also, yes, they have said that this violence which have occurred is not a spontaneous one. It is a planned one, it's an engineered one. I do agree on this point. That's true. Wow, how? In 2022, I read this article written by The Economist on February 26th. KNO chairperson P.S. Hauke had said in this paper that as part of the talks going on with the government of India, with the central government, to meet our demands, that we will support BJP. And he was telling to all the people, CSOs, etc., that all BJP MLAs should be supported. Otherwise, those who are not supported will be considered as anti-cookie. So there is politics mixed in this whole conflict scenario. And because if it had been mob violence, I don't need to tell how it was only 12 days to finish the Delhi riot, Gujarat riot, 3 days. So why this is allowed to happen? Until and unless there is something, not only the narrative, not only the propaganda, politics is going on. Of course, there will be saying that because of geopolitics, Myanmar is in civil war. And the same people are also staying the other side of the border. So it will be coming. But the only thing is that, how come that this kind of ungeneric political understanding is there with the Sioux militants? And why this has not been mentioned? Why, when, how the background of the things? Because I also in fact seen a video of, I think it is UKLF commander, who is part of the UKLF, also saying that because they have agreed that they will listen to our demands, that's why we have agreed to support in the election. As a university, victim perspective. Today, I came here not only as one of the speakers, but a person who has also experienced some sort of this conflict situation in regard to my relative who was residing in Churachandpur, and from the victim perspective of women. The first, in the tribunal, when we thought the tribunal came, is that it will be fair, independent, and will not be of any pressure. Because at that time, when the narrative war was raising, and we came to know that the common Meiteis are facing collateral damage, there should be something that fairness should be there. And being a woman working on women issues who have faced gender-based violence, whether it is in Gujarat, whether it is in West Bengal, Jammu Kashmir, Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh or Delhi, we feel the same pain. And through through my work and through the women's movement to address the issue of gender-based violence as per the justice system and fairness from the human rights perspective, because women's rights are also human rights. So what I would like to frame here is that just the beginning, as a first hand account, I also spoke as part of the tribunal because of that. My relative who was staying in Churachandpur, some of the family members belong to the Christian community. So in the prominent area, locality where Meeteis stay in Churachandpur, they are born and brought up there. And they were saying that these things were happening on 3rd of May. So they have some friends who belong to the Paite and the Mar group. And they were saying that since our own son is also a Christian and they are all your friends, our house should not be touched. Let our house should not be touched. The mother said to the community, their neighborhood, who are their friends only, before May 3rd, life was as usual. I don't think there was not much difference between a Meitei or a Kuki and all, but there are certain things that have been disclosed in which we Meiteis who are residing in Imphal do not know what is the ethno-complexities that was going on. But that doesn't mean that it's a hatred about each other. So when this was said, better for your own safety, you go along with the Meiteis and along with the security forces, because we will not be able to save you. This was said by the neighborhood tribes belonging to the Paite or the Mar. I'm sure from among these two groups. Why is it like that? You are not the one who is burning the house, because they know each other. So they said, no, the ones who are burning the houses are not from nearby wars. They are the people coming from far away places. So this was the exact line that I told you in the panel, but I could not find this in the book. So if we have to know, if we have to say, to be just, to be justified, we have to be fair. I am equally very, very sad when women's rights violations or gender-based violence takes place. Even with the Kuki community, I will tell you very frankly, when I saw the first video of the two girls being naked paraded, I put up in my Facebook page that we really condemn it, that action should be taken against the perpetrators. And equally, another of my colleague friend, who after seeing the video, who suddenly organized a protest in her own community that this is condemnable, this should not be done, action should be taken. Her writings were not there. She called me up and told what has happened, Elizabeth. So, why this is happening? That is the reason why selective justice, in fact, what in the words of sociological term, we call it as that, it makes you go inward. With trust, with fairness, and in good faith. Because the Editor's Guild report had caused so much of hurt, like already the damage of the common people have been made more damaging. That is the reason why, whomever we know, that at least you speak up so that whatever things has happened will come, because that Editor's Guild incident was a very sad incident. Not to happen exactly like that, but I'm still trying to grasp what has happened and kind of a collateral damage that they had to suffer. A woman who is an IDP, displaced person, she did not know. She had a shop in Churachandpur, and sensing the mood of how the things are going on the rally, something might happen, something might happen. They will say around 2 o'clock, she tried to close her shop, but around 3 o'clock, she was able to close the shop because things have become a bit violent in nature with sounds they were hearing when the groups of people were coming like that. She told that when these things were happening, maybe she was not able to open close the door of her shop at the right time. A group of men came to the shop and asked her, "You close the shop now, or give us what we want." What does that mean? So, a kind of a log of a wood or something like that, she used and then she pushed with that one, and from the back door of the shop, nearby place like that, she ran where the Meeteis are there. I know that these things are not being captured in the tribunal because there are a lot of unheard voices. There are many things which have not been able to come up. But from the Meeteis side, the women, when she is being violated as per the societal norms, not on the perspective of the law, no one wants to come out in the open and tell that I am being violated. The war is happening now, the conflict has happened, the more violence has happened. After that, a normalcy of a kind will life, and after that, what will happen to my family? If she is married, what will, the relationship with my husband, what will happen? We don't know, and what will happen to my children. That is the reason why young girls who were molested, they have not come out. And we know why, because the victim is victimized culture is still very rampant in our society. Because as a second person account, a girl telling that how she was molested and even like was trying to take out the clothes, but I think someone stopped in between. Those things have happened, but these were not accounted. So at least I do not know whether these kind of things were discussed during the tribunal, because there is a saying that when you are trying to understand a thing, you just don't understand the cover only, but you have to go a little bit deep down. And one thing that which I vehemently want the PUCL, that their executive summary or inside of the book are not justifying each other. And most of us, not only Meeteis, the video has told everything. But what we will want to tell is that a lady also who is also like staying in that area, when they were telling that the police are not able to help us, they are telling save your own lives and run. And the army were coming. When the army were there, the burning of the houses were going on right in front of the army. Then this some nearby Meeteis people who were nearby there told that why did you allow the houses to burn further? Then the army, to save and for your safety is first priority now. So in order to save it like that, they had like that. So when during this time when people were running around, a little bit middle-aged women, while running to save her life, she was climbing a gate. She was not able to climb properly. She fell down and still she is going treatment now. So does it mean that this lady who was trying for her life, as stated in the executive summary first paragraph, that the Meeteis left the hills? Are Meeteis leaving the hills in that statement? And cookies were kicked out. I know of many stories. Story in the sense as told by first person to second person or from second person account to me, that since these things are going on, whether you will be safe or not, how things are going to go on, it's better to go back to the village, at least there among our own community. So this is the way a fair writing should be. It's not. And my colleague who had deposed in front of the tribunal that how she and her husband saved, give basis, protected the cookie, they were not told properly. It was like a kind of a casual manner. So when two groups are fighting, if the weightage is given to the other one more and the lesser one, that means that the framework itself, something is not right, something is not fair, or framework has been influenced by something. Is it the narrative? Is it the propaganda? Is it the minority, majority, binary? Is it the religion issue? This is something that we should all discuss and put into discourse. And one thing, May 3, April 27, forest burning, all these activities were there. And why, if Arambai Tengol and Meeteis are being blamed in inciting or violence, if we look at two sides of the same coin, they are also the ones who are protecting the villages from drone bombings, from bombs in the periphery between the hill and the valley area. What about who are the people who are flying drones, who are bombing, who are killing that farmer women who was farming? The women who was visiting her place and she was hit by a drone. The NIA has already stated that drone bombing was there. Why this was not mentioned? This is something that's why, where is fairness? I thought I will read out. Independence is crucial for the quality.
Ladies and gentlemen, my dear friends, and to all the media fraternities. They all respected two speakers have already highlighted about this book. But I term this book as a wrong book, or the instigating more violence. It may create more chaos to the people of Manipur. At presently, people have been coming forward from the both communities, like some CSOs and Tharo in Peace team. They have started talking about the process of peace with the development from the MHA, Ministry of Home Affairs. So it is a wrong time and wrong book to publish or elaborate on this, published by the People's Union for Civil Liberties, Independent People Tribunal on the ongoing conflict in Manipur. Rather, they should have published a book like for peaceful coexistence and way forward for Manipur. That will be helpful to all the communities, both in the Kukis, both in the Meeteis, as well as all the communities looking way forward and peaceful solution. That will be the best way, because in this book the members jurists are highly well qualified and they know about what is going on in India and every different part of states. Like the retired judge from Supreme Court, additional chief secretary, I will not mention by name, but they are highly literate groups. So let us see to one of the few pages, as already some of them. Let's talk about this page number 51. Chapter 1 of point 3, rumors, glare and snowballing violence. How could they just write Meitei Vigilance Group, the Arambai Temple and Meitei Liput? Because it may hurt another community. I am not talking as a point of Meitei view. Because it is written, standing with the state police at the memorial gate. Soon a clash erupted between Kuki and Meitei group, resulted in violence, pressure of settlement and Chuchampur. But if you remember that about the state police, the Kuki-Zo Chin community have already boycotted the Manipur police, who are the especially from the Meitei communities. So the state government has already initiated that the Meiteis should be come out and another commission should replace the state police force. So this is also a very wrong information, and it will give more hurt to the sentiment of the another community, especially to the Meitei communities. And if you see about the page number 177, the testimonies of murder, rape, arson, looting and others. Here in page 177, it's written, a senior officer in the Assam Rifle in Chushanpur